For the first exercise I'm going to do a pull-up version I created myself. I was playing around with different kind of pull-up movements that I want to. I was looking for a substitute for the Nautilus Pull Over machine. Well, tell you, there is no substitute for this exercise. I've tried a cable pullover, I tried a dumbbell pullover, I tried pullover with resistance bands, and none of these exercises come even close. So the version that I'm doing here, it comes pretty close. Of course, there's no comparison, but it comes. I like it better. I feel it better in my lats, because this is the muscles that we're going to target, the lats. It comes closer than doing a pullover or a cable pullover or a double pullover. This exercise works better. So for this pullover, I'm going to use a pull-up bar and resistance bands. I have very heavy resistance bands, and you need to have as sturdy, as strong actually, that you do not bounce up and down, because you're going to hang with your whole weight in there. So you need to have the strongest that you can buy. So what I'm doing for this exercise, I'm going to put my upper arms in there. I want to have on the edge, here by my elbows, and I'm not going to hold the bar, I'm just having some connection with the bar, because if I slip out of, I do not want to drop on the floor. It's a bit of a circus trick, but it works perfectly. So what you want to do to make this exercise perfect, you stay here, just slightly pull the bar, slightly with your fingers, fingertips maybe, hang on it, and what I do is arch my back, because now I'm arching my back. There's more pull on my lats. So down, I'm arching my back, and when I go up, I keep arching, and I arch even further. Because what's happening now, when you do the pullover, what you do is pull all the way back, and from there, make this arching movement. That's actually what the lats do. The lats are bringing your arms down, and with the last squeeze, you really squeeze the lats together. So what you want with this exercise is to have this arch in your back. It's really pulling your arms back. And then you go up, and then you arch even more, because then you get this nice squeezing movement. Squeezing, so it's up here, so you really stretch the lats and then squeeze your lats together. Now for the warm-up, because I'm going to train my lats, and after this exercise I'm going to do a chin-up. Sometimes I do the chin-up as a superset, so directly after the pullover, go to do the chin-up. And when you do a superset, you always warm up with the second exercise, because it uses multiple muscles. But in this case, I'm going to do a 1 minute or 1.5 minute rest between the exercises. So I start with the pullover, 1.5, 2 minutes later, I'm going to do a chin-up. And even in this case, so 2 separate exercises, I'm going to warm up with the chin-up, because the chin-up warms the arms, shoulders, and the lats. So pullover use the lats, so they're warm, so I do not have to do an extra warm-up when I want to do the chins. So I warm up with the chins, exercise the pullover, 1.5, 2 minutes rest, And I'm going to do the chins. Probably I'm going to do a negative only. Depends on how I'm feeling. If I feel that I need a little bit more, I do a few positives also, but probably I do only the negatives. So let's start with a warm-up. With the warm-up, I want to really squeeze the muscles and make a long stretch. Do not overdo the warm-up or overthink it. It's just purely to warm up the muscles. It's no extra sets, it's just preparing your body and your mind for the set that's come. So we start with the normal pull-up. It's less biceps, a little bit more lats, shoulders. And from there I'm going to do a neutral grip, palms facing each other. Little bit more biceps, still the same lat. So up and a good stretch. And warm up. When you get from some cold environment, so when it's winter or something, get from outside to inside, you warm up a little bit more. Now it's warm outside, warm inside. And my muscles were already a little bit activated from work, so I don't need much. So this is the last warm up. More biceps involvement. And maybe one more. So with this exercise I'm going to do slow and fully controlled movements. Really squeeze the muscles. Go slowly back, really stretch the lats. And because it's a new weight, a little bit, I went up with weight. My aim is always between 6 and 8 repetitions, slow repetitions. And as soon as I reach the 8th repetition, I go to one more workout, same weight, but as slow as I feel is still doing its job. And after that I go heavier. So heavier weight, about 7 pounds heavier than last time. So let's see what happens. Aim is 6. If I can do 8, I do 8. If I can do 9, I'm going to do 9. So I filled at 7. Now I take a 10-second break as a rest pause, do one more repetition and then hold as long as I can with a slow negative. Second exercise is the chin up. I'm going to do negative only. Same weight as I did with the pull up, the extra weight. The aim somewhere between 5 and 10 repetitions maybe. The thing is with the negatives, I try to do 2-second hold and a 5-second negative. As soon as I find out that I can't hold it anymore for 4 seconds, then I do maybe one more repetition. And when I feel I can't control it anymore, so it goes under the 3 seconds, so it's pretty fast actually for the negative, then I stop. From that moment on it becomes dangerous, because if you do another one, you can't control it at all. You just drop and then injuries start to happen. Holding and then loading, focus on my breath. So while the first and the second exercise work the lats, anyway the first one, second one also works the lats, biceps, rear shoulders a little bit. Third exercise is going to be a pull. The pull, well I'll explain it. When I do a chin up, you really focus on the biceps. You can call it a peak, but it's really this part of the biceps. When I do a pull, I hold a neutral grip, and with the neutral grip you work a little bit more the outside of the biceps, this thick little piece here, and the forearms. So that goes also immediately for many questions I get with the former workout about the ideal program for naturals from Mike Mentzer. Why no forearms? Well, I agree with both Mike and Dorian Yates that the forearms, as you can see, I never train forearms, and they're pretty big. From all the pulling, you don't use straps, so it's all forearm workout when you don't use the straps. Anyway, that's your base: forearms, biceps, side of the biceps, and your lats, but always the forearms. When you have weak forearms, it can be three things. Maybe more things, but three major things. Either you're overtraining them, you're undertraining them, or you just have shitty genetics and it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to grow. If you're overtraining them, it's most of the time with the people that also train forearms. It's very quickly to overtrain them. Undertraining them is maybe you need a little bit more work. Then include forearms. In which exercise would I say, or what workout would I say, include forearms with the legs? Because then you train them with the legs and you train them with your back. So you train them 2 times in a short period of time and then see how it goes. Maybe that's already overtraining, you don't know. So if you train them every other time with the legs, that would be best to see what is happening with your forearms. Which exercises? Well, you can do a reversed curl, like a normal barbell curl. You curl with your palms up, and for the forearms, you curl with the palms down, and hammer curl. But like I said, when you do a row with a neutral grip, your palms facing to the left or either to the right, not up and down, then you train already your forearms. But if you really need to, if you think you need to, include these in your leg workout. So third workout, or third exercise actually, is a row. I use a resistance band. You can use of course dumbbells, or if you have a machine, use a machine. I like to use a resistance band for this, because I get a nice pull, and this is really, the contraction is extra, because with the resistance band, if you know, then this part, when you stretch it the furthest, is the hardest part, and this is the point where you really contract the muscles. So for me, great exercise. Because this is the third exercise, I do not do any warm-ups. I mean, my lats are warm, my arms are warm, everything is warm. Movement is almost the same as a pull. It's a pulling movement. So the muscles that need to be warm, they are warm, and I'm ready. No need to use extra energy that is really not necessary. So for shrug, it's a little bit different movement. So what we did already, pull up, pull over, and a row. But now we're going to move up. It's a little bit different. So for this, I'm going to do one warm-up set. Because this movement is a little bit different than what we did before. There can always be some elements that are not really fully warmed up yet. So I do only one warm-up set. See how it feels. If it feels good, I go immediately do my one set after 1 minute of rest. And if I feel that it's still not good, then I do one more warm-up set. I do not want any injuries. I mean, I'm now 53 years old. I'm training already for 35 years. Probably more time than most of you. Well, when I start training, you were not even born. And I had really not many injuries. Every injury that I had was really from stupidity and not listening to my body and not knowing what I know now. So warm-up is important. Do not overdo it, but if it helps you preventing injuries, do as many as you need. So that felt good. Take 1 minute rest and I go for my set. The aim for this exercise, 6 to 8 repetitions. If I can do more than 8 repetitions, I'm going to do more than 8 repetitions. I do not say, oh, I did 8, that's all what I needed, stop with 8. No, then I go for 9. I can do 9, I go for 10. Even I go to 20. that will not happen because I did not get so much stronger in 10 or 11 days rest. Yeah, 10, 11 days. I train every 3 to 4 days, 3-way split. So every muscle group is only trained every 10 to 11 days. And in this way I can get stronger and stronger and stronger every time without overtraining, without too much overlap. Because my body is fully recovered when I'm going to train. So 6 to 8 repetitions. We'll do 8, almost 9. I'll take a 10-second rest. Get a wrist pause. Just 10 seconds. I could raise it again. Don't you hate it when it happens when you're in the middle of a set recording the workout and battery is dead? So I had to run upstairs, take some other batteries and continue my workout. So last exercise from this workout is a barbell curl. Anyway, I'm going to do a barbell curl. You could do, of course, a dumbbell curl. You can curl with resistance bands. A machine, if you train in the gym or you're rich, and you have lots of money, and you have your own gym, and you have your own equipment, it's all possible. And I'm going to do a barbell curl. With the chin up, you're already training your biceps, you're working your biceps, and maybe that's already enough to stimulate growth. For me, not so much. It's not enough. I need a little bit more. And that's why I'm doing a curl. I do a one warm-up set. It's actually not a warm-up set, it's just an activate set to activate the muscles, activate the movement. It's about 80% of what I'm going to use for my set. So yeah, you call it a warm-up, but I'm already warm. So it's just an activation set. What I'm going to do is just straight curls, but I'm lifting it a little bit up. Never did this before, but it just feels more tension in the biceps. When you curl like this, just try it. When you're lifting your arm up, you feel more tension in the biceps, especially on the top part where is the peak. And don't say you build the peak like that, but it just gives a little bit more tension in the biceps. So curl it up, lift it a little bit, and you feel more tension in the biceps. If it does anything, I don't know, I'm going to experiment with it the next couple of weeks and see what happens, if it really builds a little bit more peak. I mean, the peak is there already, but it can be a little bit bigger, right? The aim, of course, is the warm-up set. I just do a few repetitions that I say, oh, feels good, I'm ready for it. Load up the bar, wait 1 minute rest, drink something, and then the aim is somewhere between 6 and 8 repetitions. And again, like with the last workout or last exercise, it's if I can do 9, I can do 9. I do 9, I do 10, 11, 12. I do not stop at 8. finish at 7. I'm going to do some forced repetitions. Rest about 10 seconds. And under control. Way negative. Again, if I go below 3 seconds, I stop the exercise. One more. And that's it. That was my exercise. That was my workout. And I'm going to just rest and a little bit of posing. If the cramp goes away.